The iconic yellow ambassador taxi of Kolkata is set to be phased out from the city's landscape. The hulky, noisy, no-frills guzzler had its own charm in the city of joy itself. But its inability to keep up with changing times only means that it will soon be a thing of the past. Here's more.
In an age of feature-rich sedans and sporty SUVs, this blast from the past clung on as the romantic relic of another era. The snub-nosed Hindustan ambassador dating back to the 1950s now has its days numbered. They're already down to a few hundred, and a court ruling bars them from the roads completely in 3 years.
Now it is the era of mobile phones. People book air-conditioned cabs using their phones. Who cares about our taxi car? The demand for taxis has ended, even though it was the main transport of Kolkata. Everything has ended now.
Sahani, who's virtually grown up with his Ambi, is among thousands of Kolkata's cabbies gradually relinquishing their vehicles. The engine has failed to keep up with tough emission standards introduced in 2009, and more people have been pulling back since. Around 2,500 of these taxis were working at the start of this year, down from 7,000 a year earlier. Another 1,000 will be retired this year. They are to be gone completely by end 2027. Most of these taxis work as hire cabs. And for owners who've considered them their daily bread for years, it's a big personal and emotional loss.
I have been driving a taxi for the last 40 years. My license is from the year 1984, and since 1985 I have been driving this car. 40 years have just passed by. I am 70 years old. If it taxi stops, I will have to go back. What else can I do? I cannot drive the taxi here anymore. The end of these taxi cars also marks our end.
Once the official Indian government vehicle, a litany of oft-repeated jokes developed around the dated Ambi around the 1980s. The only thing in the car that doesn't make a sound is its horn. The Ambassador has been muscled off Indian roads by more modern vehicles. Production was halted entirely in 2014 after years of falling demand. Today, the yellow taxi that once filled the streets is only a reminder of links binding Kolkata to India's past. And like the Kolkata tram, this one too is driving away into the sunset. Progress doesn't always mean things get better.